This episode's awesome. And it's for one big reason. Bakugou and Midoriya fight. I'm excited to talk about it, so let's not waste any more time and dive straight in. What's up? What's happening? What's going on? Welcome back to the Mystery Show, for anything information, including TVC movies as well. I am your host, Jackson Small. Here is our review of episode 6 of My Hero Academia, titled Rage, You Damn Nerd. It's a Bakugou episode. That's why it's titled like that. This is a really fun episode. Probably my favorite one we've looked at so far, even more than episode 4, I believe. So, yeah. This is going to be a fun one. Let's dive in together, shall we? All Might takes in the moment and pressed Izuku, focused one for all into his fingertips. Midoriya's action not only receives praise from All Might, but Uraraka as well. Bakugou is enraged on the other hand. He is not only confused about Midoriya's new abilities, but is also enraged at the thought that Midoriya had been lying all their lives. That's what he thinks. Obviously, that's not the truth. Bakugou lashes out in anger at Midoriya, but is caught in Aizawa's capture weapon. In other words, he binds him with that weird tape thing he wears around him as a scarf. And it's pretty funny. Aizawa warns the students not to make him use his quirk too much because it causes dry eyes. Then he moves on to present the test results, in which Midoriya placed last. Midoriya fears that despite his hard work, he had failed out of the class anyway, but this is dispelled when Aizawa reveals the expulsion rule was just a ruse to get the best out of the students. Okay, fair. He dismisses the class and has Midoriya sent straight to Recovery Girl to heal his finger. Afterwards, All Might confronts his pupil's teacher, calling him a liar because he once expelled an entire class. Eraserhead explains that Midoriya is above the 0 mark, and he can expel anyone who drops below the 0 mark at any time. In other words, Midoriya passed by the skin of his ass. That's the easiest way to put it. Recovery Girl heals Midoriya's finger, but at the cost of his stamina. The first day of school ends, and an exhausted Midoriya runs into Ida and Uraraka, realizing that he has made some friends at school. Cool. The next day, Class 1A goes through a normal day of class until they reach their hero basic training. All Might leads the class to combat training, where they will get a chance to wear their hero costumes for the first time. After the class changes into their costumes, awesome costumes, by the way, we'll talk about these later. They gather at Grounds B, the very same training area where the practical test for the entrance exams was held. All Might goes through the rules. The class will be broken into 10 teams, half heroes and half villains. The villains will guard a nuclear weapon they intend on deploying, and the heroes must stop their scheme. If the heroes capture the villains or reach the nuclear core before time runs out, they win. If the villains manage to keep the nuclear core for the whole time or capture the heroes, they win. The teams are drawn from lots, and All Might announces that Team A, Midoriya, and Uraraka, not helping my urge to ship them constantly, will face Team D, Bakugou and Ida. Weird pairing, but okay. Team D heads inside first and finds the fake missile inside. Still confused, Bakugou asks Tenya about Midoriya's quirk, and Ida replies with a question about why Bakugou hates Izuku so much. 5 minutes pass and Team A enters the building, but before getting too far, Bakugou attacks them. His sneak attack only manages to damage half of Izuku's mask, though. The latter was able to evade while saving Uraraka, in a way, thanking her for saving him earlier. Bakugou attacks again, but Midoriya catches a swing, then he shoulder tosses Bakugou into the ground. That is one of Deku's most badass moments in this entire season. Garnering praise from his fellow classmates, watching from the projection room with All Might, Midoriya reveals that he has been taking notes on Bakugou for years with that same notebook that the latter had burned. Midoriya knew that he'd start every fight with a right hook and was able to counter. Midoriya doesn't back down from Bakugou, telling his former bully that he is no longer the weak and defenseless Deku. Infuriated at his audacity, Bakugou voices his hatred of Izuku, and the two get ready to fight. Like, really fight. Like, fight. That the first part was just Midoriya saving Uraraka from a sneak attack. So, yep. We finally get to see Midoriya stand up to his boy. Awesome, badass moment. And it only gets better because the next episode's the whole full fight. Yeah, it's gonna get wild and awesome from here on out. Final verdict for this episode, 10 out of 10. And while I'm at it, why don't we take a minute to talk about those costumes? I'm gonna focus on the main ones here of the people I actually recognize, because some of these I don't remember their names, so please forgive me. Kirishima as Red Riot is really cool. What the heck was her name? I forget. Headphone Jack. That's her superhero name. Kaminari. Aoyama. I'm just going to call her Froppy. I don't remember her name. Ida as... I think it was Tenya? Yeah, Tenya. Uraraka's Gravity Girl. Bakugou. Or Kachan, as he'll later become known. Momo. Yeah, just a bunch of really cool costumes. I especially really like Midoriya's in particular, where he based it off his fandom for All Might, but he had his own extra touches, and of course, that iconic green that has now become part of his character. So, yeah, it's cool. But honestly, if I had to pick my favorite one, as much as I really like Midoriya's, I gotta say it's Bakugou's. Like, the freaking grenade gauntlets, man, like, damn, that is awesome. Those things are so cool. But, yep, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. 10 out of 10 episode if I haven't already said it already. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time for episode 7. Deku versus Kachan.
We can't take it anymore. The time has come. We're finally ready for